Hello, ATNI member tribes. We're pleased to announce as part of our ATNI climate change project, the Tribal Climate Camp. We've conducted 3 tribal climate camps in the past, and now we're preparing for our 4th Tribal Climate Camp. As you know, the ATNI Climate Change Project was established back in 2014 and with 4 major goals. One is to make sure that our member tribes are engaged and aware of federal, tribal, state programs that are dealing with climate change, make sure that we can coordinate the efforts of our tribes, serve as a clearinghouse to provide information and planning, analysis, etc. to the tribes. Also to support the participation of ATNI in regional, national, and international forums so that we can address policy, mitigation, and adaptation. And then last is to make sure that our ATNI member tribes are successful in securing funding to build their capacity to address climate change.
Now we're going to show about a 5-minute video that was recorded at our 2019 Tribal Climate Camp.
I really hold it in my heart that Indigenous peoples know how to take care of this land because we've been here for time immemorial. And I mean, if we're still here, we're doing something right. We know what we're doing, and that's why this work is so important.
We're here in our 3rd camp. We've had about 70 people and 18 tribes represented. And so we're pretty excited about the ability to help tribes think through climate impacts, plan for those, both from a traditional ecological knowledge standpoint as well as through a Western science assessment, and then plan forward for the next couple hundred years. My name is Pio Pio Mox Mox. My English name is Donald Sampson, and I'm the Affiliated Tribes of Northwest Indians Climate Change Project Director. Our vision for climate prepared tribes is that they understand a number of modeling scenarios, because there's a number of different ways to look at climate impacts. There's kind of a worst case scenario, and maybe there's a moderate case scenario. We want them to plan for each of those scenarios so they are prepared regardless what happens.
Climate impacts are happening now. They are already here and present in our communities. The time for action is yesterday. The time for action is tomorrow. You really do have to have more than one person from your community dedicated to working on this to be able to really have some kind of plan or movement to action.
All tribes, all staff are always overloaded, not enough time, not enough funding, people. And I feel like this gives a port in the storm of that activity to kind of be in a different setting and approach their plan from a frame of mind where they have time to focus on it. And not only focus, but have access to resources like people that are working in climate resiliency, Indigenous sustainability, just anything to do with supporting and helping tribes advance in the way that they want to see them grow.
So we've had tribes from throughout the U.S. at this most recent camp. We had the Seminole tribe from Florida, Micmac from Maine, we had Alaska natives, so a lot of different tribes coming together to share their collective knowledge. Each of those tribes come from different geographic areas, experiencing different types of climate impacts. And when they can share how they're adapting and how they're assessing the impacts and what they plan to do, I think that's very powerful.
In the United States, there are 573 tribes, of which only about 50 have done some assessment of climate impacts.
So we've got a long ways to go, and I think these camps are allowing tribes to come together at a more rapid rate to begin sharing that knowledge with each other.
I think this week was really great, and I think a lot of the tribes that were here were able to develop their actions for when they go home, whether that's an adaptation plan or getting together a resolution or even just starting community meetings talking about climate change. So I think the folks that were here this week ended up becoming really prepared to bring that back to their communities.
It was truly invaluable to my community's planning process. Some of the foundations of our adaptation plan, which are our mission statement and our goals, were developed at Tribal Climate Camp.
I think back to a tribal council back in the 1800s that our chief Oshkosh said, "I wish to pursue a course which will be best for the children that will follow us." He was talking about me and my generation, and so that really inspires me to think, okay, what do I need to say? What do I need to do for generations that far down, while still thinking about our own generation today? It might seem like a heavy task, but I think that's a responsibility that's been given to us and that we carry forward as we go into the future.
I think it's clear from the video how extremely powerful and valuable that the Tribal Climate Camp experience is for the region's tribes. But Don, you want to go ahead and talk about the 2020 camp?
Yeah, thank you, Chaz. We're really excited that we are able to work with the Chugach Regional Resource Commission, which is based out of Anchorage, Alaska, to conduct our 2021 camp. We originally planned to have the camp this fall, and because of COVID and concerns about bringing tribes from ATNI members in the Northwest and also from Alaska together, we decided to postpone the in-person event to May 23rd through the 28th. We've already received a number of applications from 10 or more ATNI member tribes, also 10 tribes from Alaska. So we're very excited to be able to have tribes from this region together, planning and thinking through climate vulnerability assessments, adaptation planning. This camp's really designed for not only staff that can do this kind of work for each tribe, but also tribal council who would like to participate. It'll be hosted at Birchwood Outdoor Camp, just north of Anchorage. And we're going to have a couple of workshops in advance of the camp with the participants that are selected on July 10th, so that we can begin preparing them for the camp scheduled in May. Also, let you know that we've been funded again in 2021 for additional another tribal climate camp. So this will be our actual 5th camp. And so that'll be an opportunity for other tribes who are not participating in the May 2021 event to participate in a future camp as we start planning that. So excited to be able to support ATNI member tribes, help them with their climate planning and really action plans. So Chaz, we've got an overview of some of those tribes that are participating or planning to participate.
Yeah, we received applications from about 2021 tribes between Alaska and the Pacific Northwest. And you can see about half of them, a little over half of them are from ATNI member tribes, including Metlakatla Indian Community in southeastern Alaska. But yeah, we're really looking forward to sharing the experience with all of the tribal applicants. We'll be notifying tribal applicants on July 10th of their acceptance, and look forward to seeing everyone there. So thank you very much.